Good day, Ron McFarland here, and I am your course instructor. I do want to go over CMIS 320 section 6981 with you so you have this direct connection with the course and hopefully me as well. Anyway, I'm looking over here at some notes that I have. CMIS 320, the title of this course is Relational Database Concepts and Applications. And my introduction is I have a doctorate in computer science. I have a couple of masters. During my years, I've added some additional education. As we all know, technology is one of those career fields that continuous learning is necessary, really. And I have experience, 30 plus years, as a software developer, a database developer, and they really go hand in hand, and also a cybersecurity consultant. So my whole lifetime has been spent in technology, good or bad or indifferent, but I really enjoy it. I am really thrilled to be working with you through the University of Maryland, and I've been working with UMGC, UMUC prior to UMGC, probably for 20 years now, part-time and full-time. I do want to run over this course, but run through this course, and this is the most current items on the page. As you'll scroll down, I do have the dates for the course listed here. We start on the 16th and we conclude on August 10th. And really, this is Wednesday through Tuesday, 7-day week. And the course description is if I may read it to you, a study of functions, underlying concepts, and applications of enterprise relational database management systems in a business environment. And there's kind of a mix of things that we're going to do. We're going to do discussion questions, a few projects. We're going to really dive into SQL and structured query language. I say SQL, some people say SQL. And we're going to talk about physical and logical database design. And if you look at databases in general, relational databases probably have about 80% of the market. It was at one time over 95%. But other concepts like big data, like Hadoop and some of the AWS products as well, those are classified as big data in a larger context. Those are actually taking part and parcel of the market. I do want to mention SQL because even though SQL is generally applied to relational databases, there's a lot of tools out there where SQL can be used against some of the big data items as well. So SQL, if you look at it as a subset of relational database, is actually a little bit more than that. It can actually help you as you expand in your career in technology. So here's the bottom line, the outline. Weeks 1 through 7, we have several projects, discussions. You can see those kind of scattered every other week, and in between projects. And we've got this a blend. On week 5, we have SQL, and quite frankly, I think it's a lot in week 5. So I'm going to encourage you to start looking at each project ahead of time. So when you're looking at week 5 and you're reading about SQL, start in week 5 at looking in project 3, which is due in week 6. Again, with week 2, project 1 is due. So look at week 1, look at the project 1. So get a jump ahead, because I'm here to help you be successful in this course, and I do want to have any questions at me so I can help you out. And I have run a couple of courses where I get questions like the night before items are due, so that doesn't give me a chance to respond effectively to you. And I can bet you, if you have a question, probably another 5, 6, maybe the whole class has that same very question. So I'll craft an answer. I'll not only respond to your question, but maybe I'll post a general response as well as some additional support. Help each other out in the course, but make sure what you're submitting is your own, and most importantly is make sure that what you're submitting you fully comprehend, because like any kind of database or programming course, we build upon each other. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have been hitting a button. Anyway, I do want to run through some other items here. The syllabus itself, take a look at that. And by the way, bar any questions, I'm showing it right now. Again, the dates are up on top. The introduction, you can read the full description yourself. I only read the first line. If you scroll down, you can see the projects are pretty well weighted, if you will. Look at these, 22.5% each. So we're talking basically 90%, and the balance, the participation, the discussions are 10%. So, and the standard fare with UMGC right here, no late assignments. So I'm putting that out there. There may be an exception that you may need one, but if there's an exception, only one late assignment, you get docked per day on that assignment. No extra credit. So really start looking forward, looking in advance to the project work. If you scroll down further, again, you see the weight right here, 90 to 100, pretty standard fare. And here is our blow by blow, week by week. What's due is over on the right-hand side for that week, and this is due at the end of the week. So week 1 discussions get locked up at the end of the week. Project 1, for example, that's open right now, but it gets closed up at the end of week 2. Week 3 discussions are time sensitive, it's like being in class. So you show up, you discuss in class. So in week 3, the 6:30 through 7:06, those discussions are open and available for you. And we'll take a look at those on down the line so you can see that. Okay, let me go to the content right here. And by the way, my screen's going to look a little bit different than yours, only because I'm in instructor mode and I can make some slight edits to some of these items, whereas you can't. So you'll see some things on mine where you don't have them. But here's a checklist. Week 1, introduce yourself, readings, the submodules, discussion, participate in that, and certainly ask. If you run into any kind of questions, head scratchers, let me know. Here's some videos, external reading resources, and the discussion question itself. It gives us a scenario, if you will. You've been asked to design a database to support your new business. Now, you can take a lot of these projects and either conceptually think about what you're doing, maybe doing at work, your employer, or maybe a project that you're working on or that you have aspirations to work on in the technology sector. So you can focus in on that, if you will. And I'm going to encourage you early on in the week to respond to this. So let's say the week starts Wednesday. So maybe Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, do a quick response and put some thought into it. When I say quick, but I mean more of an intentional response to this. Describe the business, for example, with this, and dig into it a little bit. And in addition, by let's say midweek, respond to another person's posting and provide some substance to it. I see oftentimes, oh, this is a cool response or a fantastic response. That kind of languaging doesn't really contribute. Dig into it and say things like, why did you decide to do this? Or, oh, that's a really cool thing. Maybe I can use it in mine, or what have you. Let's dig into some of these discussions, because just like in class, if we do have conversations, oftentimes we learn a lot from each other. And quite frankly, I learn a lot from you as well. So it's all okay. Just dig into this. Let's look at the first project, because that's due at the end of week 2. But it's project 1 due at the end of week 2 is available for you right now. It says write a justification paper of at least 2 pages. Now use something like 12-point font. Just flesh it out to make sure it makes sense from top to bottom. I do read these, and if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to let you know. Hopefully, it'll make clear sense. If you need to work through it, if you have questions, let me know. Again, has to be an APA style. All of UMGC uses APA. And what that means is just cleanly formatted. What I'm looking for is that it's cleanly formatted, spell check, grammar check, and that if you're using an external reference, which you should, use APA citations, in-text citations as well as reference. Now, what that means is in-text citation would look like, for example, you'd say, to do a database design, read your project through, and then you would cite McFarland, my last name, comma, 2021, and in the bottom, the references, you would have that full reference of where you found that, for example. Just good practice, and I will mention this. I worked for IBM for quite a while. We used APA because all of our research went back to IBM headquarters, where they gathered all the data from various projects to look for opportunities about creating new software. So yes, writing styles are not just for academia. They're also used in large companies, even small companies, just to have a consistency in how project deliverables are, and possibly a way for them to cull through and determine if there's any kind of market need in the industry. So there is a true meeting for that. So that gets us through. Let me click back here. That would be week 1. You see all this. And then again, syllabus on the top. Your content button right here will lead you to the various weeks right here. The course eval at the end. Activities and assessments. If you do that, you can see the drop down where you submit. If I click mine, you'll see grades. Well, no one submitted anything, but I don't want to click that. Discussion, so mine's a little bit different. Discussions, that's where you can reply to that. And you'll see your grades right here. I'm going to open this up. There's nobody has any grades, so but right here. And this will be populated as I complete those. And by the way, if you ever do spot any kind of questions in the grade, hit me up. Let me know, hey, Ron, this is going on. What's going on here? Give me an opportunity to correct that. And let me go back to course home. Each week, I'll post a course announcement here. This is the entire course announcement, but I'll post a weekly announcement as well. And that way it keeps us all in line and on track. So I hope that you find this course interesting and that it provides a really good foundation for you. I will probably add some additional supplemental information. I have a lot of content for SQL as well that I'll share with you. It's SQL, relational database concepts, get those hammered down, as well as SQL, and those are two items that work closely together. It'll create a nice, powerful tool set for you if you're going into application development or even like database security later on to have this foundational concepts under your belt. So there you have it. I am looking forward to working with each one of you, and let's get it done, man. Okay, cool. So thank you.